Signal Chasers.
Hello Internet and welcome back to Signal Chasers. So it's very dark here, but stood in front of the miner, which, if I kick on my lights, I've added some tasteful gold highlights, just kind of around, because we have now found gold. On the topic of that gold, if you remember, we had, I think it was like 40k gold ore in at the end of the last episode. I left all that to refine. You can see I've gotten some more. This is how much we got out. So about 920 gold ingots out of like 40k ore. So that's, not great. I guess I was hoping for more, but I did know that you need a lot, and luckily the deposit we found the second time is much bigger. So there's plenty of gold, I just have to get it. Which is why I have this here. There's some on down in the refinery. So from leaving this going from, actually I think this was all earlier today, I've gotten a fair bit more, which is good. I did, I think, 3 more trips with the miner. So we may only need like 1 or 2 more just to be on the safe side. And if I go into production, so a jump drive, which don't actually build it. I can't leave this up here and point at the same time, I guess. For 1 jump drive, we need about, 733 gold ingots, which we have from before. I want to have 2 jump drives on the ship. That's what I have planned. And then if we look at the large ion thrusters, which, yeah, they're the same for all 3 styles. So for that, we need an additional 320. So, if my math is right, we'll need about 2k, 2,500 gold ingots. Or I guess kilograms of gold ingot. Because, yeah, the small ion thrusters don't take a ton, and my plan for this ship is, and I think I've gone over before, lots of forward thrust, token amounts of other thrust so it's controllable, and then big old jump drives. So that the whole thing can kind of, I can move and run away real quick. Because the whole point of this thing is to chase down those. On the topic of resources, though, I did notice something else. We currently have 9 kilograms of iron, which isn't much. We only have 275 cobalt, and we're going to need a lot more of that. Silver, I think we're good on, right? Yeah, I don't need much silver for jump drives. I don't need any for these. Platinum. How much platinum do we have? Right. Because I left early, we have just enough, literally, for 1 large grid ion thruster. So, that's about where we are with that. Verifying a jump drive doesn't need it. But a jump drive does need a lot of cobalt. So, I think first step is maybe I get 1 more load of gold, or maybe 2 more. Just so that I'm sure I've got enough. You can see I've made a fair dent in this hole now. Now there is still more gold to have. And then I think we'll go on and can continue heading towards that trade station, just, because it's something to do. And keep an eye out for, iron should be easy. We grab a load of that or 2. Find some cobalt, ideally. And then I'm also on the lookout. The other rare resource that I think I'm going to need is uranium. It'd be also nice to find platinum in a asteroid, because then I don't have to go back to the moon. But I could search for hours and hours, and that doesn't make very good content. Okay. So that's about 120k gold ore. That's one load. You know what? Mining takes forever. I know where this is. I think I'll just take off. So on the topic of power, well, not in the sun and, running just the refinery, I did turn the O2H2 gen off. We're at 4 days of power. In the sun, I think it came up to where we were gaining power, but, the ratio of that doesn't seem to change. I do not believe we used the hydrogen engine at all, though. So, we didn't have to worry about that power draw, and I've not left it sitting for many days processing. My last recording was yesterday, and I've just got the bug, so I'm back. Let's, I need to turn all the things on. I should set up, I don't know if I have the iron to build anything. I should set up like a timer block or something so that I can just press a button and all the things come on that I want to come on. That should be everything. Thrusters on. I guess off towards the other side of the moon. And keeping our eye out for boulders of value. Where is the sun? Ah, there it is. It was completely dwarfed behind the, it was completely eclipsed behind the asteroid there. So now we've got some power on the move. We're just kind of coasting. So there's the pole. So what I may do if I go back to the moon, instead of going back to, home base and that platinum nearby there, I may go down towards the pole and hunt for platinum at the pole. Because at least then I have fuel. And I may even see if I can, tail sit the signal chaser here. Because I don't think I have enough lift with just the downward facing thruster. But if I come in sort of like a rocket, sort of how I took it off, I should have plenty of thrust to set it down even with all the cargo I've got on board. Not seeing anything on that. So for the moment, mainly, I'm going to be scouting out for red or blue patches. Because that should indicate either iron or hopefully cobalt. Blue could be magnesium, but, there's a chance. I think the blue that's real bright and easy to see is generally cobalt. Huh. Looks like some people are buying gold. Don't know what the running price for that sort of thing is, and truthfully, I don't know if I'm going to have enough extra that I want to sell it, but given I know the location of Gold Boulder, or Gold Asteroid, I keep saying boulders, I guess they're sort of big boulders in space, but that could be a potential way to maybe trade up for some stuff I need. Very distant asteroid. From this distance with the light on it, it almost looked like a ship. I did realize something. So I have my turret for mainly camera sighting things. I could have used a spotlight and continued the sort of pacifist guise, or I guess it wasn't really a guise, it was just being pacifist. Because my theory, I've yet to really test it out, thankfully, but I think for the most part, so long as you seem friendly, people aren't going to just mess with you. I mean, some people are always going to just mess with people. That's what playing a game online is about, for some people. But I think my chances of survival... Oh. There's someone on the moon there with a round beacon. It's interesting. Anyway, my chances in my head for survival go up the less of a threat I present. So if I'm not covered in guns, if I don't shoot them first, you know, maybe someone will come along and see my sick miner and be like, "Ah, I'm gonna have that." But, you know, my hope is to appeal to people's better senses, to their kindness and compassion, which is probably going to come back to bite me at some point, but until then, we're going to believe in it. I think I've also chosen to transit the moon below where the sun's going to arc, so I'm going to end up being shielded from it. I guess eclipsed. I don't know space terms. I'm gonna lose the sun, which means I lose power generation. I'm also not seeing many more asteroids. Hopefully there are a few more out here as I kind of circle away from these big ones. Can't... Nah, the sun's not really in the right direction. I'm not seeing any color splotches on that one from this side either. That may be that one I went to... I don't know if that's the one I was starting to go to and then turned back for the... Oh, hello, me. I don't know if that's that one I started going to and then left, or if I've been to that one and it was one of the ones that had nothing on the surface. Oh. If I really zoom in, I might be able to just make out something over there at that round beacon. Somebody's base. Now again, for the moment, I don't think I have any real use for it. And again, another idea of the attempting to be a pacifist route. I don't necessarily want to go pirating people because, well, that kind of opens you up for fair game, doesn't it? Maybe if I get real desperate, but I don't know. I feel like I'd have to, you know, if they strike me first, that's a different story. Then it's self-defense if I wipe out their entire empire. But I don't want to make the first move out of common courtesy. Okay, so there's that station beacon. I was really hoping to find more asteroids en route here, but there does not seem to be much. I wonder if I'm too close to the moon. I may kind of keep cruising on this vector and, you know, go out from the moon a bit and see what I can find, then turn back towards the station. So at this point I could probably angle straight for it and still be outside of lunar gravity, but I'd like to see what's out here a little first. Oh, and there goes the sun. I actually had sun for longer than I thought I would. Oh. there in the distance is an asteroid. It's very small. Well, or very far away, more likely. And I guess I could head towards it, but... again, feels kind of... that seems well out of the way. Oh, okay, there's an asteroid above. Not seeing anything from this distance, but let me go ahead and vector myself towards it. And it's real slow to change angle. Again, I'm using my override so that I can turn my dampeners on without slowing myself. My other option there would be to just have toggle for the front, or for the retro thruster there, but honestly I already have the controls for the forward, and it barely uses any fuel just to tick it on one little tick. Okay, so there are a bunch of asteroids around now. Let's scout a little. Oop, okay, there's iron. That looks like ice. Where were those? So those other ones are this way. And I'm not seeing anything. Oh, well, there's more. Nothing there. And we're getting close to that one. Okay. Well, so we're back out kind of in the asteroid ring, it looks like. And this should be good to get some iron, and maybe I stock up on some more hydrogen while I'm here. The downside of burning so heavily is I sent it up to full speed. There we go. Just because there was nothing to see as I was traveling before. But it means it takes a while to slow down. Let's see. You know, obviously there's iron. Not getting close enough to detect anything else. Yeah, this may just be iron and ice. Well, should just need one load of this and we'll be pretty good. Yes, that's a fair bit of that. Let's go ahead and get some of it done first. We've still got a lot of gold to refine. And I guess... oh, do I want ice? Yeah, let's fly the big ship over to it. Wherever it was. Where was that ice? Ah, down there. Yeah, so we'll load up on maybe 2 loads of ice. We've actually done pretty good for fuel. I think it's only dropped 1%. It's the benefit of maneuvering in space where you don't actually have to do a ton of maneuvering. Oh, there goes another percent. And I may... Just gonna insert myself down here a little. Try not to crash into anything. Yeah. I think it's just iron and ice. There might be something, but... And you can really spend a while poking and prodding each asteroid to try and get lucky, or you can just go to another one and find what you're looking for there. At least with some of this fairly common stuff like iron and cobalt. I probably could just stick some drills on the signal chaser and instead of mining with a small grid, do all this with large grid drills and basically just nose into the ore deposits. That would probably be more efficient. It would let me get more quicker. But, well, one, to do that, because I have a limited number of drills on a server, I'd have to get rid of the, at least the drills off the king shrimp here. And it would mean I wouldn't need the king shrimp, and, you know, I kind of like it. It's something that actually has style to it, which for the moment the signal chaser lacks. And eventually, drills I don't intend to incorporate into the signal chaser design. It would be something where eventually I'd need a small grid miner again. Well, conceptually. I probably, by the time I've got the signal chaser done, I probably will have the resources where I don't actually need to mine much. But, you know. Oh. Well, that's not good. I wonder if every time I've come into dock, I've actually been doing a little bit of damage to that. Well, good thing I got the iron first. Okay, maybe I adjust the magnetism on these. Because it didn't seem to be doing much, but the trouble... yeah, we'll do that and this. Try that. Just a little bit of magnetism. So the trouble with heavy mining ships like this, even a little bump with a lot of mass behind it will do more damage. So it may have not had, you know, much momentum, but because of the mass and doing it over time, doing a tick of damage each time, I may have eventually, well, I did eventually kill it. Okay, that should be enough ice. Let's... Where's the moon? There it is. I mean, there are plenty of asteroids around now. So maybe we just shoot for this one that looks fairly close. And then we can go from there and, you know, see what bounty it has. Again, we're kind of too far out to really tell. That one's actually closer, but I don't... actually, that might be an ore marking. It's hard to tell. That could be like silicon. This may be another one of those cases where, in actuality, it's further away and big. So I feel like I'm actually closer to these two. Granted, I can bounce back this way. That's actually real dark. So uranium, contrary to popular science fiction, it's not glowing green, it's actually a sort of... Where'd that asteroid go? Ah, there it is. Oh, it's actually kind of a dark blackish color. That could be a whole lot of stuff. But now I've got my hopes up, because if I can find uranium, I'm pretty well set. I do think I need gold for reactors. But I don't think I'd need a big reactor on this thing. A small one should do. Let's see what we got in this crescent thing. A big hole by the looks of it. That almost looks created. No, sometimes the asteroids are like that, with big holes through the middle. I don't think anyone... Because again, I'm pretty sure you can only build 5 drills. I don't think you'd be able to drill out a hole like this through an asteroid with those. We'll just kind of cruise through. Seems like the only thing in this is magnesium, which I don't really need. But I can see that much clearer now, and I think that's what I was seeing before, and from this angle it kind of just looks like rock. I see what looks like a little deposit of ice. So in the next one along, I guess let's hop to it and see what bounty it has for us. It looks like little ice. Let's see as we pass here. Yep. So we got ice. Ice. My guess is this is just ice. Okay. Well, let's head back towards this biggin. See what it's got going on. I mean, there's plenty out here to bounce around. I'd like to at least find cobalt. Some of the other stuff I can probably, you know, see what they sell at that station. But cobalt is so, you know, readily available normally, it seems a waste to go and buy some when I could just find it. Granted, maybe it's not actually that regularly available, and buying it would be the quicker option. Okay, close pass of this one. Hopefully there are no hidden doom voxels. Nickel, okay. Anything else? Maybe up on this top bit. Nickel. So a lot of these are just kind of... They've got one little thing in them. This does seem like it has a fairly good spot to hide. So maybe I'll just kind of tuck myself in this gap here. And that'll be where we end today's episode. I would have liked to find some cobalt to really wrap it out, or, you know, something else exciting. But frankly, we did a pretty good job of things. I mean, we now have plenty of gold. We have, you know, some of the other resources we need. We've relocated again to an area that'll hopefully be a little bit... Well, it'll give us some different hunting grounds. And we ought to be able to check out that station fairly easily and see what's going on there. Maybe we'll do that next time. If we don't, you know, get lucky and find the cobalt asteroid on the immediate first check. We'll kind of actually make our way there and... Oh boy. It's unnerving, flying into the darkness. Yeah, we'll make our way to the station, see what they've got going on. I mean, I can always zip in there, check it out and then zip back out here if I need to. So yeah, thank you everybody so much for watching. Feel free to become a member with that little member button down there if you want to support the channel and what I'm doing. Until next week, bye bye.